I'm John Chompy. Thanks for joining us here. Well, Siggy, today we get the pleasure of seeing one of the hottest bats in baseball. His consistency at the plate has been remarkable.
Yeah, Boog, one of the toughest outs in the league right now. Sit back and relax because this guy's about to put on a show.
First pitch coming your way next. And today on the hill, Zach Wheeler. Chris, his strikeout rate this year among the best all time.
He's truly one of the elite strikeout pitchers in the league. I mean, strikeouts per 9 off the chart. So the opposing team, they know they have their work cut out for them anytime they're facing this guy or a guy like this that's going to get the swings and misses. Pretty much in a class of his own when it comes to that category.
Tyler Soderstrom, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one.
First pitch, 640.
And a foul ball. One now.
Ball two.
And there's a ball. Fastball for a strike. And that one is lifted in the air. Crawford has a beat on it. And there's one down. Let's take a look at our lineup. At the bottom of the lineup, a guy trying to turn things around. Carlos Cortez.
Well, right-handed pitching has been a real challenge for him so far this season. You know, he's just not showing much consistency in those at-bats. Clearly, he's getting a shot to change that narrative in this one. Manager has some confidence that he can get it done. I'll be looking to see if he can put some good at-bats together to get some confidence going.
Strike one.
Breaking ball misses down and away. Hit hard but foul off to the left. Here's a 1-2. Set down on strikes. That was pretty nasty.
You know, splitters aren't thrown by a ton of pitchers, and one of the main reasons is that they're difficult to control, and not many guys can spot them consistently where they want to, but he's one of those exceptions. He's found a way to corral a split, and he can place it on a dime just like he did right there.
Two down, bases empty. Next up for the A's, Brent Rooker.
Ball.
Rooker matched a homer in his last game. The 1-0. That's a strike across the top of the zone.
I think he was sitting off speed right there because he just let the fastball go by.
Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss, and he got him. Third out, and that ends the frame. So now the Phillies offense will see what they can do. No score. You're watching Phillies baseball on the show Northeast. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. And on the mound today, Luis Morales. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep both their challenges. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2. Center field. Butler should have this one. And there's one down. Take a look at the lineup. Getting guys across the plate, not exactly a forte for them this year, as their offense is in the bottom third of the league in runs scored.
Oh, Boog, it can be frustrating when players start to press in scoring opportunities. You know, it also puts pressure on your starting pitcher. They need to lock in and capitalize with runners in scoring position.
Bryce Harper, the next to hit, takes outside. Harper came up with 4 hits in his last game. Liner caught it second.
Well, baseball can be cruel, can it? I mean, sometimes it gives and sometimes it takes away. He did everything right on that swing, but he's got nothing to show for it. Lots of rookies can have a hot streak, but once the league gets a book on you, starts attacking you differently, things can shift in a hurry. I'm interested to see how he handles those adjustments.
That misses the zone. Ball 1.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games. Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end, trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
2-2 now. Fouled off. And they'll do it again. Comes a 2-2. Now one missed.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
On the ground, right side, and that's just foul. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Grinding AB right here, about to see pitch number 10. Up the middle. Oh, great stop. To first. Nicely done for the out. Scoreless after 1. Back here in Philadelphia, and now here's the A's catcher, Shea Langoliers.
As a veteran out there on the ball, you're trying to establish both edges of the plate. Right here, he's working inside.
The 1-0.
Nope, that's inside.
Boog, Rusty Valentine umpiring behind the plate in this one. He has what you might call a tall strike zone. both at the letters and down below the knees.
Yeah, and I'm sure that helps a lot of pitchers we see today who like to work up, down, trying to change eye levels and swing paths.
Yeah, exactly.
That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
That one
Take your
misses.
bait.
So a leadoff walk.
Batting
He did
fifth,
not
center fielder,
take the bat
Lawrence
off his
Butler.
shoulder the entire at bat.
Out towards right center field. Garcia on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch.
Batting sixth, shortstop Jacob Wilson.
One out man at first. Next up for the A's, Jacob Wilson. And the 1-0.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
Good hitters count the 2-0. And there's a rocket into the outfield. That gets by him. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He will score and they take the lead. Now a relay to third, and he's out easily.
Well, I think the base runner assumed that he was going to be able to make it to third pretty easily, but a really nice relay from the outfielder to the cutoff man, and they got him easily.
There's a strike. Two down, base is empty, but one run across here at the top of the second. And that's off the inside edge. And the count even 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. That one way inside. Swing and a miss, struck him out. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the A's 1 and the Phillies nothing. This is Phillies baseball on the show Northeast. We head to the bottom of the second. Now it's the cleanup hitter for the Phillies, Trey Turner. On the ground and foul ball. We know he's capable of hitting home runs, Chris. Nobody in the league has hit more. Next offering is fouled back.
Ball one.
One, two now. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And there's one away. No messing around with the pitch calling in that sequence right there. 4 pitches, all fastballs.
Yeah, and that makes me think that was the plan before the at-bat even started. If you think you can simply just beat a guy with only your fastball, why throw him anything else until he shows you he can handle it?
That one drilled left field. That's down. One hops off the wall. The relay to second, not going to get him. He's in there.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
This is Bryson Stott.
Really strong hitting performance recently. Can make it a 5-game hitting streak with a knock in this one.
And that is out of play. One down, Phillies down a run. Tap foul at the plate. He's in the top 10 for most stolen bases in baseball right now, Siggy. You can't ignore him when he gets on base. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. High fly ball out towards left field. That was foul, and he'll see another. Man at second. In the dirt. One and two here. This one in the air, center field. Butler on his way over. He's got it. Out. Number 2.
Batting 7th, third baseman, Edmundo Sosa.
First pitch, and he just misses. Runner at second, 2 down. Bottom half of inning number 2.
Nope,
he's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Man on second, 2 down. Pitch misses there. And now 3-1. Adolis Garcia in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Right through there for a strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Real Muto at second with 2 down. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Did miss by much right there. Just couldn't get the call off the inside corner.
So digging in now for Philadelphia, Adolis Garcia. Homered last night, added another hit as well. A little bit low. Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left. First and second, 2 down. Here in game 1 of this 3-game set.
Feels like the fastball's catching them off guard at times. They've watched several go by for strikes, and they're still not attacking them for some reason.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Here comes Real Muto around third. He'll score, and the Phillies tie the game. It's an RBI single. It's 1-1.
Huge game-tying at bat right there. Came through in a big spot to drive in the run. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch. Just shot it through the infield.
Whoa.
2 on, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
In for a strike, and now just 1 pitch away from surviving the inning. Next offering is outside. Tied up here in the early going. Swing and a ground ball out to short. They get the force. They limit the damage here. But the RBI single pushes across a run. All even at 1 apiece. On to the 3rd inning. Now the A's designated hitter, Zach Geloff. Here's something to watch, Singy. He's got the best OPS on the team. He can hurt you. On the ground, right side, and it goes just foul. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Batting 9th, 3rd baseman, Carlos.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Oh! No, that's a ball.
Next pitch misses. 3 balls, no strikes. And that's ball 4.
That just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
Back to the top of the order. Now here's the leadoff hitter for the A's, Tyler Soderstrom. He's 0 for 1. That one misses. That's 5 straight. Man at first, 1 away. Ball and 2 strikes. Fights it off. He'll see another. Another 1-2.
Oh.
Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. On the ground to the left, and foul ball. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
2-2 now. And
Ball,
that one just
outside.
missed off the outside edge.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Payoff pitch. That one ripped. 2 down.
Up next for the A's, first baseman Nick Kurtz.
That one close, ruled a ball. And that's ball 1. Looked like a strike to me. And here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. So they've still got both their challenges. Swings over the top of that one.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Ground ball right side. It squirts through. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
Now it's the right fielder, Brent Rooker.
Strike. Woo.
That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Two on, 2 outs. Caught him looking for the K. After 2.5, it remains a 1-1 ball game. Welcome back. And coming off a series where the pitching was outstanding, we take a look at those numbers. Fouled off to the right. Fastball for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Got him looking. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective. Now he's challenging the called strike, and the strike call will stand. Still one challenge left for them.
Ball.
The 1-1. Foul ball there. The 1-2. Swing and a pop-up. Langoliers under it. That's out number 2.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. He's 0 for 1.
Strike one.
And that one in the air center field. Butler moving under this one. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Offense held in check there. 3 innings complete. All tied 1-1. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
You know, these A's doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, he made pretty quick work of him right there. You look at the sequence, everything down at the knees and below. And some guys are good low ball hitters, but right there, they clearly had a plan to pound that part of the zone, and he wasn't able to put up much of a fight.
Chopped out in front of the plate. Bounces into the outfield, base hit. And a man aboard.
Up next for the A's, shortstop Jacob Wilson.
So up next, Jacob Wilson. On a line, base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
Two on, 1 out. Sinker gets the bottom of the zone, and that's a strike. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a ball popped in the air.
Infield fly, better go.
Called there.
Up next for the A's, the designated hitter, Zach Geloff.
So now here's the DH, Zach Geloff.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
And that one fouled off. First and second, 2 down. Top half of inning number 4. 2 on, 2 outs. Goes down looking. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Tied 1-1. Back here in Philadelphia, Trey Turner, one of the best bats in the league this season, Siggy.
Yeah, line drives, gap to gap. He's doing it all, Boog. And those extra base hits are just piling up.
He rarely chases and doesn't miss the mistake pitches.
Yeah, he's a professional hitter, plain and simple, and he's making pitchers pay.
Not the best swing that time from the first-round pick. Swings through it for the K. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Catcher, J.T. Realmuto.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Comes up empty.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
All tied up. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Popped up. Kurtz settles underneath it. And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Phillies, second baseman,
Bryson Stott will hit next.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Ball, low.
Two down, nobody on. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Reaches over the wall, and he's got it. 5th inning coming up. Tied at 1. We go to the top of the 5th. Stepping in, Carlos Cortez.
Carlos Cortez.
You know, these athletics, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
That's the ball.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So now back to the top of the order.
He needed out one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
The 1-0.
No, that's a ball.
And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
The go-ahead run aboard at first. Nobody out. Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase. The 2-2. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Well, he gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Strikeout number 8.
Oh, it can be so tough as a hitter to pull yourself out of an extended slump, one that lasts for several games, even a week or more. You know, right now, he's really in one, so I'm sure his mind is all over the place, racing, having a hard time sleeping, trying to figure out what can get him back on track, back to feeling more comfortable and settled in the box.
At the plate, Nick Kurtz. That one is absolutely belted. That's down. One hops off the wall. Headed for the plate. Relay throw home. Slides his hand in there. Save. It's 2-1.
There he is coming through with a knock right there. I like the fact that he can pick him up and put him down a little bit. First basemen aren't known for the speed, but see him get that extra base hit there. Now he's in scoring position.
One out. Runner at second. Brent Rooker getting ready to hit. A little bit high, maybe. Ball 1. Man at second.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
Some bullpen action for Philadelphia. Tim Meza, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. Banks also throwing. One out and a runner at second, and we're at the top of the 5th. That's in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Got him swinging. 2 out.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Man on second, 2 down. Gets the call. 0-2 now.
And at bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Inning over, and it could have been worse. A's get 1 on the RBI double. Home half of the 5th coming up. You're watching Phillies baseball on the show Northeast. Back at Citizens Bank Park, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Edmundo Sosa stands in for the Phillies. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. Activity in the bullpen for the A's. Elvis Alvarado getting ready to go. Barlow getting cranked up as well. 0-1 down. Yeah, a big swing and a miss.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Stays alive. On the ground, right side, and it's just foul. That was close. That misses. Ball one.
That's a really good take.
Gets a piece and stays alive. The 2-2 now. And a foul ball. He stays alive.
Now he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
In the air, foul off first. One up, one down.
Bill, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
Fastball for a strike. Inside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2. Good job to fight that one off.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Home team down a run. Last half of inning number 5. That one's upstairs, ball one.
These first two hitters really making him work out there. Already 14 pitches this inning.
Pretty close, but it was a ball. So that removes their last challenge. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Swing and a ground ball off the middle. That's a base hit. And the tying run is on base.
Up next for the Phillies.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Luis Morales gives way. Gave him a good effort as he exits with a lead. And we'll have a new pitcher when we come back.
Now pitching for the
So a new
A's,
pitcher on the
number
mound for the
61,
A's, Elvis Alvarado.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
Man at first with one gone. Digging in, Justin Crawford. Yeah, that's fouled off.
Always tough to turn two on a speedster like this. It's even harder with him coming out of the left-handed batter's box. You really need something to hit hard on the ground that they can handle to turn two quickly.
Next offering in there for a strike. 0-2. Garcia over at first with one away. Fights it off. He'll see another. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Really tight bite on that slider and just couldn't get the barrel to it out front. You've got to try to pull those hands tight to the body to get it through. And I'm thinking he probably wanted that pitch to end up even more inside to keep it out of the danger zone. But it had enough late break and deception to get the job done.
That one at triple digits. The 0-1. And there's the strike.
Excellent arm action on that 2-strike changeup. Just missed. Man, he wanted that call.
Got him swinging. Phillies strand one. They're down 2-1. Back here in a close one, and a look now at some of the biggest plays from the game. Tim Mesa takes over on the mound.
Bringing in the lefty with a left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Well, one-run game, and now the center fielder, Lawrence Butler, 1 for 2. That one a little bit high, and it's 1-0. Next offering is fouled back. Nobody on the team has more stolen bases than he does this season, Chris. The 1-1 is fouled off. The 1-2. And the slider just misses. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Up next for the A's.
Pretty tough for the infielders to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that.
A's leading by a run, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Right through there for a strike. Mesa, a 6'3" lefty. He features a sinker, a slider, and he works in a 4-seamer. Next offering in there for a strike. That's strike 2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Stood absolutely no chance on that slider right there. And I don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one. I mean, pretty much a perfect strikeout pitch. I mean, it looks like a fastball middle in. Kind of has cutter action, and it just bunches you up to where you can't get your hands through and the barrel to it. And not much you can do unless you recognize the spin early and you spit on it.
Jeff McNeil stands in. Line drive, base hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away.
Up next for the A's, the designated hitter, Zach Gallo.
He's been hotter than a car seat in July in Phoenix, but today he's got the AC on blast, Booth. We're not seeing the same mojo in the box, but just takes one swing to get back on track.
And that's a base hit. Throw back in, holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only one away.
Well, that was an important at-bat in this game, so a great job there stepping up to the challenge. Now the base is loaded. Big opportunity for them to break this game open. The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Oh, 1 now. And fouled off. One out, base is full.
Oh.
Really good slider. He's up there just hoping that it ends up off the plate away.
Towards first. Over to Turner for one. What a double play that was. Inning over.
Just trying to sneak one through with the bases loaded, but an excellent job by the defense to turn that one and get out of this jam.
Back here in Philadelphia, bottom of the 6th inning. Bryce Harper stands in for the Phillies.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
Strike one.
The 0-1.
Oh.
The Athletics have some bullpen action. Justin Sterner up and loosening in the pen. Harris warming up as well.
Ball 2.
The 2-1. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Struck him out looking. Looks like he's picked up right where he left off.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Ball 1.
Home team down a run here in the bottom of the 6th. And another ball.
Got to be real careful here. 2-0. He's hunting for his pitch.
Here's a 2-0. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So a man aboard now with one away.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
Trey Turner now, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
No, that's a ball.
The 1-0. And another ball.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Runner on the move. Late swing, fouled off. One-run game, one out, one on. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike two.
That was straight queso right there.
Nice grab. There's one. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left. We're through 6 full. It's the A's 2 and the Phillies 1. Top of inning number 7. Now here's the leadoff hitter for the A's, Tyler Soderstrom.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
Activity in the bullpen. Jose Alvarado, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Keller also getting ready. Next offering is down low. Sliced hard but foul. Outside corner, got him looking.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
One, two now.
Oh!
Slider misses outside. Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
Hanging in there pretty good against the lefty.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Payoff pitch. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
No, anytime you can punch out the top 2 guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Tim Meza departs, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching.
Tanner Banks into the game.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Next up for the A's, Brent Rooker.
Oh.
Two down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Strike 2.
It's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Two down, nobody on. That's a ball. Tried the sweeper. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. Nothing doing there for the A's as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead.
Now pitching for the
So a new
Athletics,
pitcher on the
number
mound for the
60,
A's, Justin Sterner. Hasn't pitched in the last 3 days.
Leading off for the Phillies, catcher J.D. Realmuto.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Looking to get the tying run on base.
Oh.
And a 1-1. That one hammered but pulled foul. Breaks his bat, pops it up. Then there's one down.
Up next for the Phillies, second baseman Bryson Stott.
Looked like it was a little bit up. The A's holding on to a 1-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Carrying well. That one hops against the fence. Not stopping, he's going for 3. The relay throw. And he's got no chance, he's out.
The triple is arguably the most exciting play in baseball, and the guy's worked so hard to get around first, to get around second, and to get thrown out at third. Man, you just feel bad for him. On top of that, he was already in scoring position, so you think about how it kind of hurts the team as well.
And here is Sosa to the plate.
Ball 1.
That's outside. Ball 1. This one in the air, center field. And that is the inning. Phillies go down quietly in the inning, and they trail it here 2-1. Back Back here, Citizens
Leading
Bank
off
Park.
for the A's,
We go to the
catcher,
eighth. Shea Langoliers now at the plate. Right side. Harper steps on the bag. One pitch and one out.
Up next for the A's, center fielder Lawrence Butler.
This one in the air, center field. Marsh gets under it. 2 up, 2 down.
Up next for the A's, shortstop Jacob Wilson.
Now it's the shortstop, Jacob Wilson. It's amazing. We get a chance to talk to a lot of opposing managers. This guy scares managers on the other team as much as anyone.
And he gets to fly beneath the radar with the other more recognizable names in this lineup. Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Up.
Ripped, but it curls foul. Two down, nobody on.
Ball.
Back up the middle and a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
He made that look easy, keeping his bat in the zone on plane for a long time. That leads to a high contact rate and more barrels, Boog. Even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
There's a strike. Wilson off of first with 2 away. Just missed.
That's a ball.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
The count 2-1. That one in there across the letters. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Stays alive. And it remains 2-2. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Outside low, and the count's full.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score him.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. (3-2). So a walk puts runners at first and second.
When you go that deep into an at-bat, the hitter usually comes out on top.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot.
Now pitching.
Out of the bullpen for the Phillies, Jose Alvarado.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
First and second, 2 outs. Zach Geloff up next for the A's.
He's been an absolute hitting machine, Boog. The hype is real. Major contributor for this team.
And that misses. And that's ball 1.
Well, this is a critical spot for both the pitcher and the hitter. You can learn a lot about a guy by how he handles these pressure situations.
2 on, 2 outs.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
On the ground to third. Zips it across. That ends the inning as they squander a chance to pick up some insurance. A's strand a couple, but they still lead it 2-1. Back here in Philadelphia, and now for the Phillies, Adolis Garcia.
Adolis Garcia.
Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Mark Leiter Jr., the closer, getting cranked up for a possible save opportunity. Harris, the lefty, warming up as well. And the 1-0.
Nope, that's away.
Just missed. Justin Crawford in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And ball 4 there. Tying run is on base.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes, but now at least he gets a fresh start against a new batter. But he needs to get back into the strike zone and start pitching with conviction. This is a good situation if you want to try to steal a base. 9-hitter, and you're about to turn this lineup over, so get a little momentum as you turn it over.
In there at the knees.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
There's a strike. Crawford thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge. Barely a hair out of his zone, but it was a ball. They'll keep their remaining challenge. The Phillies with the tying run on at first here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. That one finds the zone, and the count 1-2. Next offering upstairs. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Well, when you commit to throwing an inside fastball to your glove side across the strike zone, especially with 2 strikes, if you're going to miss, you want to miss off the plate in. You do not want to leave it out over the heart of the plate. So that was excellent execution on that pitch. Really tied him up, and he couldn't get a piece at all.
1 out man at first. Here's the center fielder, Brandon Marsh. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Swing and a foul out of play. Quick move to first. Kemp back in on a dive.
He's got plus speed, but in this situation, all eyes are going to be over there trying to keep his lead tight.
Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. And the go-ahead run is on base.
So important to get into the fielding position after you deliver that baseball. That is a scary one. Watch your lips.
Misses the sweeper. One out. The possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Swings through that one out in front that time. Foul ball, still 0-2. Two on, one out. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Ball one there.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Good job to fight that one off.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Not close with that one, and it's 2-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Grinding AB right here, about to see pitch number 10.
Quite the matchup we're seeing here. 6 foul balls in this at-bat alone. Really making him work out there.
Swing and a bouncer. Tosses to first, but the tying run moves up to third, so they'll be happy with that.
Up next for the Phillies, designated
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change.
Schwarber.
Justin Sterner is done, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for the
So they
A's,
turn to their closer,
number 38,
Mark Leiter
Mark
Jr.
Leiter Jr.
All they need from him right here is 1 out, but that's easier said than done for sure. Lots of pressure with 2 runners in scoring position. He does have the 1 open base to work with if needed.
And now Kyle Schwarber steps up in a critical moment. 1 for 3.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
Pitch gets away. He scores, and a wild pitch has tied the game.
That's just about the last way you want to give up the lead. Pretty demoralizing, and on top of that, the possible go-ahead run moves closer. So now it's really time to buckle down and start making some good pitches.
2 down, go-ahead run in scoring position. Right side, hard hit. Inning over on the ground out. Took just 2 pitches to finish the frame out of the bullpen. So they even it up here as we head for a good finish to this one. 9th inning coming up. We are tied 2-2. Back at Citizens Bank Park. Here's the third baseman, Carlos Cortez.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
Stirring in the Phillies bullpen, Joan Duran. The closer is getting loose. Now the 0-1. And a swing and a miss. Fights it off. You'll see another. 0-2 now. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Oh!
Battling here as he fouls it away.
A healthy cut. Tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
That got him.
That hit
And
him.
the
First
potential
base.
winning run is aboard.
Up next for the A's, left fielder Tyler Soderstrom.
There's the strike. 95 of that one. Fought off foul. The Athletics with the go-ahead run at first here at the top of the ninth. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Swings and misses, struck him out. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Boog, get back on track. His team needs him.
Now here is Nick Kurtz. Tap to first,
No!
but it kicks
That's
foul.
ball.
And now the 0-1. Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. The 0-2 stays alive. The 0-2. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Jose Alvarado done for the night, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break. Here comes the closer here in the ninth, Joan Duran.
Well, he's a big-time strikeout guy out there. This season, averaging more than one per inning.
Rooker in the box with two gone and takes a look at a called strike. Hit softly on the ground to third. To first. Yeah! And that will end the inning. The A's strand one. Score remains 2-2. Back here in Philadelphia, and now it's the cleanup spot for the Phillies. Trey Turner. Pitch misses. Ball one. The A's bullpen has some movement. Hogan Harris, the left-hander, up and throwing. The 1-0.
No, that's a ball. Hey!
That's in there at the knees, and it's strike two. Now all even up. That's down and in. JT Realmuto in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. A huge out to start the bottom of the ninth.
Well, there's a small sigh of relief right there. I mean, just to keep that speed off the base paths, it's not just the pitcher, it's other guys that have to think about it. From your infielders have to think about that runner potentially stealing, but also be in position to make a play. As an outfielder, you're thinking about a base hit to the outfield. I got to get to it quickly to try to keep this guy from taking an extra base. So I think everyone just a little more relaxed that he didn't reach base.
Up.
All tied up. We're in the last half of the ninth inning. And that one fouled off.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count.
Ball two.
Hit on the ground to short. Wilson slings to first in time.
Up next for the Phillies, second baseman.
And now Bryson Stott. This to third. Handles, throws to first. That's the third out, and we're headed to extras. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. Score remains deadlocked at 2-2. On to extra innings. And now here's the A's catcher, Shea Langoliers. Man at second, nobody out. And Chris, certainly one of the things in his head is trying to get the runner over.
Yeah, the way that we see the game played today, though, guys are not sacrificing as much just to get that runner across. They're really looking at doing damage. Slugging is the name of the game.
And another ball. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. Man at second. This one popped up. Harper settles under this one. 1 away.
Up next for the A's, center fielder Lawrence Butler.
So a change being made out at second. The A's bring on a pinch runner, Denzel Clark. Getting a little more speed out there. He represents the go-ahead run. outside.
That's off the plate.
And that's ball one.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Next offering in there for a strike. And the count is 1-1. Comes up empty. That's strike two. Runner takes off. Pitch misses. Real Mutual throws not in time. It's a stolen base. And the go-ahead run is now only 90 feet away.
I'd say an aggressive roll of the dice there to steal third in this spot, but they felt good about it, and it worked out. Now the game plan changes a little bit at the plate to get that go-ahead run home. The defense might pull the infield in.
In there. Got him looking for the K. Huge strikeout there.
Big strikeout right there, and that kind of takes the pressure off the defense a bit. Infield was in, so now they can move back, give themselves more time on a grounder to make a play. A lot more ways to work out of this and strand that runner at third now.
Go ahead run on base. Jacob Wilson up next for the A's.
Really nice swing in his last at bat. Shot a line drive into center field.
Outside.
And the first pitch misses for ball one. Late swing, fouled off. Going to count 1-2. That one lifted to left. Crawford settles under it. And that's the third out.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Now pitching for the
Left-hander
A's,
out of the bullpen,
number
Hogan
36.
Harris.
Hogan
And he has
Harris.
some nasty breaking stuff. Edmundo Sosa digs in now.
Oh, how he'd love to walk it off right here.
That one to first. Kurtz takes it himself. The winning run moves up to third, so they'll be happy with that. So it's effectively a sacrifice bunt. The ground out to the right side moves the runner from second to third.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily intend to sacrifice an out like that, but still good situational hitting. They need to find a way to bring him in.
That's in there. 0-1.
Definitely a strikeout situation right here. Lots of ways for that go-ahead run to score if the ball's put in play.
Here's 0-1. On a line out towards center. Brings it in. Runner tagging from third. Across is the winning run, and the Phillies walk it off in extra innings.
Well, you come to the ballpark hoping you'll see something special that day, whether you're a player or a fan. A walk-off win, nobody forgets that. A memorable moment that'll be logged in the backs of the minds of everybody that witnessed this here today.
3-2 the final score. A one-run extra inning win for Chris Singleton and our entire crew. I'm John Shambi saying so long.